Ever met someone who seemed so agreeable at first, but then they brought a whirlwind of chaos into your life? What if I told you you might have just crossed paths with a sociopath? Yeah, sounds a bit eerie now, doesn't it? Hey there. Welcome back to Human Mechanics, where today we're unpacking the 8 subtle signs of a sociopath. Now pause for a second. Don't all of us know one or two people in our lives that can be a bit sociopathic occasionally? But we're not talking about the occasional bad egg here. We're talking about those who exhibit sociopathic tendencies as a second nature. Now let's dive into the deep end. The first thing you'll notice about a sociopath is they lack genuine empathy. Scratch the surface and the artificiality of their concerned remarks is often evident. Their words may sound comforting, but there's quite often no emotional depth behind them. It's like they're reading lines off a script. This underlying lack of empathy is what sets the stage for manipulation and sometimes even harm inflicted onto others without any twinge of guilt or remorse. And speaking of manipulation, let me clue you in on sign number 2. Sociopaths are born puppet masters. They weave the threads of their twisted tales, making you question your own perceptions. Imagine hearing things like, "If you cared about me, you'd do this," or "You're to blame for this." Sound familiar? Well, you might just be dealing with a master manipulator. Next, we have their superficial charisma. Time and time again, sociopaths manage to bewitch people with their incredible charm. They know exactly what to say to lure you into their web, but that charm is just a facade, a cleverly constructed mask that conceals their true intentions. Their charm quickly crumbles when you observe their actions closely. Oh, and let's not forget the artful dodging. Sociopaths lie a lot, small, unnecessary lies that construct a narrative which suits their purpose. Whether it's inventing Herculean achievements or denying their past, their dishonesty is second nature, making it quite challenging to separate fact from fiction. Contradictory as it may sound, they seem impulsive yet calculated. They might splurge money or take spontaneous decisions when it serves their schemes. It's quite a bewitching mix of recklessness and manipulation that makes their behavior enigmatic and, at times, dangerous. Ever tried blaming a sociopath for a mistake? Chances are they'll mirror the blame back onto you, often portraying themselves as the victim. And this deflecting tactic keeps them from owning up to their actions, and most importantly, it keeps others guessing. Looking at their social connections, pronounced patterns begin to emerge. Sociopaths often lack meaningful long-term relationships. Their life cycle of friendships or romantic relationships is short-lived because their connections are more transactional than emotional. Lastly, a sociopath's willingness to exploit without remorse is quite frightening. To them, people are mere tools for personal gain, borrowing money they'll never repay, tricking others into doing their dirty work, or playing the sympathy card. These are just standard operating procedures for them. So, there you have it, the hidden signs of a sociopath you might just notice next time suspicion looms. Thanks for tuning in with us today at Human Mechanics. We'd be thrilled if you could hit like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to all of us here. Remember, sometimes understanding others starts from understanding their mechanics. Stay curious, folks.